Hello everybody, my name is Craig Bennett, and today I'm going to show you how to make a lot of money within Slime Rancher. Assuming that you already know how to play this game, but we're going to be going into early access version 0.3.7. Keep in mind things may change in the future, but let's just jump on in. Now, as far as things goes, again, I'm assuming that you already know how to do the basics, you know what things are, but what we want to do is first things first, go ahead and run out. On your way out, grab some carrots, and what we're aiming for is the blue slimes and the gray slimes, so the rock slimes and the tab. Alright, so that we got a bunch of both, and I recommend try to fill up both of them if possible, but because we got a bunch of both, we're just going to head on back and collect any that we come across on our way back. So first things first is what we're going to do is try to upgrade this to being a high wall. So we're going to need 350 coins, and we're going to try to aim for the air nets for the next thing. So we're going to need quite a bit. So go ahead and throw all your rock slimes in here and let them eat the carrots. And go ahead and collect that as you go through. And you can explore and whatnot, but we need to make sure we get the high wall first before we get everything else going. Thing to note, in case if you guys and girls are wondering, is don't mix any other slime than what I tell you to at this point. Further on, we're going to experiment and you can have a little bit more freedom, but don't start with the pink slime. Say just don't put out enough. If you are waiting for them to put out some more, go ahead and throw out a bunch of carrots on the ground and simply just go inside, go to sleep, and come back and there should be some more there. And if you want to real quick, go ahead and make some gardens and have them grow carrots. To make a garden, just do that and shoot in the carrot right there. Now real quick, what I'll advise you to do at this point is actually find all the pink slimes within this area and shoot them out over the cliff. In fact, just go ahead and do that because they're an annoyance right now and they might cause a problem. Alright, so at this point you may notice that I got the high walls and the net up. So what you want to do is go ahead and throw the tabbies within there. Go ahead and throw them all in there. And if you got some ports on you, the rock type or the tabby type, go ahead and shoot it at the other. But you want to do that. And go ahead and start feeding them and let them do their thing. And the entire point of this is more than less to make it where it's about halfway full, and that way they ain't popping out. They're just before they're getting to the point where they're popping out. Now keep in mind that yes, tabbies only eat meat, but when they're combined with the blue type, the rock type, they eat vegetables now. So you can actually have an entire vegetable garden and go about that method. And there you go. Now, as far as the next thing I would recommend you to do with this particular one is go ahead and first things first is build a port collector. Now we're going to deal with the solar shield in a bit, but we're not there yet. For that, what you want to do is the phosphorus types. They only come out at night. You want to have a garden and have some type of fruit on hand. Alright, so the next thing you need to do, if you get enough money, is have a solar shield. And what we want to do is go ahead and feed all of them if possible. And you want to keep the tabby ports don't sell them. You can sell the blue ones, but don't sell the tabby plorts. Basically what we're going to do at this point, since we're building up money as quickly as possible, is we're going to go for the tabby plorts and also the ones that only last for nighttime. I think I forgot what they're called, but basically we got to wait for nighttime. Now on top of that, what we need to do is go ahead and look for a fruit, and we need to just get one fruit, so we can go right here, and if they're available, just get that. And what we want to do is go back to our gardens, or garden depending on your case. If it's about to get done, go ahead and let it, but if it's not, like this, it's just started, go ahead and tell it to remove crops. And what you want to do is go ahead and tell it to start that. The reason why is the ones that only come out at night, they only eat fruit, so we need that. Now as far as that goes, I would recommend if you got anything besides carrots, go ahead and save that. Maybe even get a silo, and the reason for that is there is a key that we need, and one of the slimes, they only eat vegetables, so we need some of them. So go ahead and collect them. Now if you do have a auto feeder where I don't, what you need to keep in mind is I wouldn't put this stuff in the auto feeder, because at this time there's no way to dump whatever is in the auto feeder. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. So if your thing's full, then you're just gonna have to wait for it to dump itself, or maybe they'll fix it in the future updates. But as far as that goes, you can, if you really wanted to, you can have one making the fruit, the other one making the vegetables, and that actually might be a smarter way to go. And that way you have a constant supply of vegetables for when the time comes. But as far as that goes, let's go ahead and keep feeding them until the night comes. There's no reason why we can't keep making money off of them. Alright, so at this point it's nighttime, so we need to collect these things, as many as you can. It's very, very important that you collect as many as you can, because what we're going to do is try to mix them with tabby things in there, and we're going to try to make as much money as possible going that method. Remember, if you want to skip ahead after you collect them, remember you have to get rid of those blue things. So remember that. Alright, so now that we're back here with a few of them, what we need to do is simply go down and throw whatever vegetables we have left in there, let them have at it. Whenever I'm satisfied, whenever no one's eating for a little bit, what I'll do is I'll just start grabbing them out and throw them over the cliff. Alright, so now that we got that done, what we need to do is simply make sure there is no of these blue plorts that are down, so you don't run into problems. But what you want to do from here is throw them down, all of them. Go ahead and throw the tabby plorts down, and make sure each one eats one. And like before, whenever you get a chance, you want it to be about halfway, no more. The one reason why you don't want to be over halfway is, and really you don't even want to really be that much, is simply because if a slime doesn't eat after a while, they turn to a tartar. And what that means is it turns into a slime that starts eating all the other slimes and everything else. So it basically makes you have a bad day for real quick. So it avoids that. On top of that, it keeps them from jumping out, and you have that problem in itself. So as far as that goes, go ahead and whenever you feel like you got enough, and I think this is about good enough, because we're gonna have to do this again. Basically just collect all the ports that you can and sell them off. So as simple as that. Now at this point, whenever you're happy with your setup, your original setup, what I advise you to do at this point is make a silo and upgrade it to how many times that you need, but start throwing in the vegetables and the fruit within there. So at this point, what you need to do is you need to have your stuff upgraded. I'll recommend that you go ahead and sleep and do whatever it takes. But basically, each day that goes by after you upgraded something, there's a chance for there to be a next upgrade. You want the air drive if all possible. First get the jetpack, then you get the air drive. And I'll recommend going for any tank boost that is available. So obviously start with that and go for that. The reason why is you won't have enough units simply to do with this, so that's just a big important thing to note. I'll also recommend going for the heart just in case. Now as far as this goes, go ahead and make sure that your stuff is fed quite well, and what you want to do is go ahead and carry some both the vegetables and stuff and head out this way. Go ahead and feed him whatever. So at this point we want to collect that key. Now as far as that goes, what we need to do next is, I don't think we need any of these, so you can drop the fruits if you want, and let's head off. And jump down here. So from here, what you need to do is simply take a immediate left and go straight. And that's what you want, is a honey slime. So you need to have an air thing for this portion. You can collect this if you want. Alright, so once you make it back here, you will be tossed right back to your home station. So from here, there's multiple things you can do, but what I'll advise you to do at this point is go ahead and dump your slimes, your honeydew slimes in there. And what we want to do is go ahead and feed them. Now you might be wondering why I am not putting my fire slimes, but the boom slimes in there, simply because again they're a little bit too dangerous. They and honestly they're not as profitable. So I can throw them in there. And there you go. Now what I would advise you to do at this point is, if you can afford it, put it in the port collector and the other thing. And what we want to do is go out at nighttime and grab as many of those fluorescent ones. So now that we got a fairly good number, what we need to do is simply go back and we need to start getting ready to kill off our old fluorescent ones. At this point, what you want to do is collect your honeydew and start turning all them. And from here, what you want to do is go ahead and mix your hunter slimes and your honey slimes. Now at this point, if you having hunter slimes in there, I would tell you put a music box in this one. It helps a little bit, but put also a port feeder, because this is very dangerous to be in there, and a auto feeder if you want. And lastly, as you see here, they keep exploding, and that's the reason why I tell you to put the auto feeder on and the other. It keeps them calm with having the music on, but you're still not going to get really away from it. With the amount that's in there, they're just going to stay mad. The only real fix I found with that is switching them out with another type. What I'll advise, if you're going to do that, maybe switch them out with the crystal type. But as far as things goes, I'll show you right now. We got literally no money problems, because look at this, and that was just one go around. So it's $3,000 per 3,000 whatever you call it per go around. It's, I mean, just by doing that, just by having those type and those mixed together, you can make a whole crap load at any given time. And keep in mind, that's on the low side. Normally that honey, it sells for quite a bit. So that's a big thing that's right now. It's like most of this it's on the down market, and if it was on the up markets, you'll probably be seeing about 5,000 per go. So not bad way to go. And you can sustain those two easily with 2 fruit trees. So simply just have 2 gardens like this, and just make sure that they're fully upgraded, and you can sustain them pretty easily. Now, as far as that goes, let me know what you think about this game and everything, and if you want me to do more videos on it. If so, then great. If not, then, well, that's what it's going to be. But let me know what you think about this particular video in the game, and if I should do more videos, how-to videos, or anything else. If you got any questions on this, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to answer as quickly as possible. Please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you have a great day. And please feel free to check out my main channel.